Bonjour, I am Sandrine, the founder and leader of the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry. Together, we learn about the embodiment of our multidimensionality so we can reclaim our full sovereignty in this beautiful reality. My High Council and I are happy to welcome you into our movement of spiritual revolution. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new transmissions. Thank you for liking, commenting below and sharing this video. Show us your love. Hello everyone and welcome to this live video. I'm so excited to share with you many downloads I've been receiving around the year of the fire horns that is starting now officially, as well as the year one, and how combined this is an extraordinary momentum for all of us who are here to embody more of their light and activate their soul mission on a much bigger level. Because this year, as you know this already, and as you have already perceived it, is going to be a big year, and it is really igniting a new cycle. So I'm really excited to share this with you. And if you are here, I would love to see your comments. If you want to say hi, or if you have any questions you would like to participate, I would absolutely love to connect with you. So let me know if you have. Also check on my phone, because and then I can make sure that I see people who are live as well as people who comment. I want to really share more from the angle, the perspective of this community. And this community is a community that is here to embody ascension as masters. You and I, we're not here for fluffy spirituality, for short-term little bite size of this and that and this and that. A lot of you are there for many years. You have already explored a lot of spiritual fields and a lot of different ways that you can embody your spirituality, that you can get to know yourself and how to be more of a spiritual person in this world. But now you feel that something is different. It is not so much about finding things that are helping us shed the old and heal and understand our inner child trauma, past life trauma, ancestral trauma. It is not anymore about dabbling a little bit here, a little bit there, kind of like starting our soul mission to then pause, to then rewind, to then pivot and do it again until we kind of find like, oh yeah, this makes me happy, this feels rather easy and abundant. It's not really what we are here for, because a lot of you, myself included in the past, we have tried many different things. We have had to learn a lot of different modalities. And then for a lot of you out there, you have come to the conclusion that there is something more, that you are here for the long game. But what's the next level? What is it really in terms of spiritual teachings and spiritual embodiment? What's out there that's really going to make you feel super strong, super stable, the unshakable force of creation that you truly are, and that you came here to be this lighthouse for yourself, for your family and your community, that keeps on shining, that keeps on sharing her light, sharing her voice, sharing her frequency with the entire, world, if you want to. When out there, it becomes more and more stormy, more and more convoluted, when the collapse is so obvious. Because now, with this year of the horse, which is also year one, it is an entirely new beginning. And this new beginning is not just for ourselves on a personal level, it is also on a collective level. We always knew that truth would come out, that we would see a collapse. This is it. This is starting, this is happening. So I'm not talking about like doomsday scenario, oh my God, and so on. This is the ascension process. It is needed. It's what has been planned for a long time is simply unfolding. But for a lot of light leaders, myself included, we are now asked to really stabilize in our soul mission, to really stabilize in our capacity to feel absolutely connected with ourselves, with the truth of our divinity, absolutely connected with the unique codex that we are here to bring into this world, so connected with our soul mission that we live it, we breathe it, it's there all the time. There is no separation anymore between the soul mission as something professional and our everyday life as our mundane life. No, everything is coming into the field of oneness. And many of you are receiving my teachings inside one, and you know how potent that is. Because now it is all about refinement. It is very much with the year of the horse, there is so much speed, so much momentum, that everything is going to be more enlightened, exacerbated, or obvious. So when we operate from fragmentation, which I talk a lot about in one, fragmentation is like thinking something, saying something different, and then feeling entirely different. Like, I'm completely in love with that person, but I'm gonna pretend that I don't care. I'm gonna pretend with my words, my action, and so on. It's like when I say something about my mission, I don't follow through. Behind the scenes, I'm like, oh my God, I still don't have any money. My mission is not this. My mission is not that. Look at them going on. Comparison, pressure of time. Why didn't I make it yet? Like, I've been doing it for so long. Why hasn't still happened yet? What's wrong with me? Self-hatred. Looking at authority, false authority, continuing to receiving reassurance about how safe we are in our body and on planet Earth while everything goes crazy, continuously outsourcing or stabilization to other people. All of that's going to be amplified. Fragmentation is really going to start being very clear for the self and for everyone in this year, in the year one and the year of the fire of the horse. Because again, it's like the horse runs with direction, and it runs with direction. It is wild, it is free, it is on a beach. It isn't gonna go like hop a little hop here, and then it's gonna graze there, and hop a little hop there. Here we're talking about a fucking fire horse. So it's just there, it's in direction, but it is free, it is alive, it is activated. But if the horse wants to run like this and there is no direction, one day we are in the mission, one day we not, one day we think this, one day we do that, we still compare, we still wonder what's wrong with us, we still are unhappy with life and God because, oh my God, like, how can it be so unfair and unjust out there? We outsource our power, we outsource our energy, we get easily, like wobbly like this. All of that is going to become unsustainable in the year of the horse, and that's going to be shown as massive dysregulation in the nervous system, anxiety, and so on. So it is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful, of course, because it means that it is refinement. It is for you. It is for me. Because we are not here to go into the endless loop of the 4D bridge of constantly processing and constantly analyzing and constantly wondering why we are blocked. This is not a year to take another course on how to become more abundant and understanding what's wrong with, like your connection with money, or how to, it's like it is a year for embodiment, for structural coherence. It is a year where you start refining your connection with self in faith, in trust, and in power. So you bring back coherence. It's really using our musculature as human. Do you live with integrity? Are you an honest person? Do you have honor? Yes. What happens behind the scenes? How do you speak about yourself? How do you speak about others? How do you speak about the world? How do you speak about the future? Is it high frequency narratives? Or maybe not. How do you live behind the scenes? Do you exercise your body, your musculature? Do you eat healthy? Do you walk the talk? Basically, because fragmentation is going to become way more apparent. So I'm really foreseeing that a lot of leaders out there that still function from fragmentation. So they might look quite influential and they might look really solid and they might have had a lot of money. If they still have a lot of fragmentation in their field, maybe on a personal level or like on a soul mission level and so on, That's going to become more and more apparent. And so the nervous system is not going to be able to hold more light. So the first thing that we really need to do is to go back to basics. Go back to basics in terms of having good morals, having good standards, having good boundaries, having a good direction in life. Maybe like me, and this is, I know that it is going to resonate with a lot of you, because a lot of us here, we are intuitives, we are healers, we are channelers, we are alchemists, we are new earth builder. And so it's like, oh yeah, it's like we received a download and we love it and we kind of vibe and go with the flow. We need banks. We need direction. We need to hold the reins of the horse, not to stop it, not to block it, but to direct it and be at one with the movement, at one with life, at one with our mission, at one with the self, at one with God. This is why the program one is so revolutionary at this time of the year. And by the way, you can still join if you're interested, you can still receive everything that we have done on the replay and all the upcoming transmission, and you keep it for life. It is life changing. You need to hold the rein of your current human incarnation as an angelic frequency having a human experience. Flip the equation, flip the narrative. We are not humans trying to escape the wheels of karma, trying to be better, trying to be powerful, trying to be spiritual, trying to remember a little bit of our cute galactic blueprint here, or cute little ancient princesses in Lemuria there. No, we are powerful, multidimensional, infinite beings of the light. We need to learn how to operate from that consciousness or supra consciousness, the angel of the human. We need to really parent, guide, hold the human, direct the human with strategy, with direction, with consistency, with stamina, with endurance. The horns need a strong musculature. This year is really good. We promote a lot this year, everything that's happening, strengthening the body, strengthening the musculature. Literally, you freaking pump weight, push-ups, exert the body, exert your heart as a muscle as well. Exert the musculature of your body to hold yourself in the frequency of the version of you that you are becoming. Because once you kind of recalibrate into really strengthening your musculature, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally, then you strengthen your leadership. The year of the horse is a lot around leadership. So I want to speak a little bit more about how the year of the horse really increases speed around everything, as year as the year one. Year one is like, it's the beginning, it's the activation, it's the momentum. We want to do things, we want to change the world, we want to get activated, we want to activate other people. So with direction, with kind of like holding ourselves and guiding ourselves from being an angel of our human, and from maintaining as much possible structural coherence as possible. Then from there, it's like the speed is kind of like aligned to the coherent field that we are merging into. Because here I am not talking about having all your shit sorted. I am not talking about all of a sudden and I'm enlightened, I have no more problem, I live in 5D, look at my bank account. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a deep, intimate choosing of being radically honest, radically responsible about yourself. This is not a year when we'll literally focus on shedding. We've done that. But this is a year where the distortion is going to become so apparent because of this speed. It's like it's just going to be right there, right there in our face. And I want to invite you to rejoice, because when you perceive one of your distortions, the last thing that you want to do is to avoid it. Because especially if you're in one program, you know that avoidance creates tremendous fragmentation. When we avoid what is there during the year of the horse, is that the distortion is going to very quickly amplify. It's going to start radiating everywhere, and next thing we know, we are in limbo. We're not sure we're supposed to do what. We're not sure if we're going to make it as humanity. Does not work. Okay? So I would love to invite you to really use the energy present now to be able to celebrate what's coming up. Celebrate your downloads, celebrate when you have something like this in your face, like for me, that's again habits. It's like I sometimes sleep out of good habits as I'm a human, and then a few weeks in, a few months in, I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know what happened, but I kind of dropped the ball around healthy habits. At times, there is a certain cultivation of a narrative that we fall back into. I'm unsupported. Why do I need to oscillate? Why do I need to continuously compare myself? Notice that these are the distortion. The distortion is everything that you think, that you say, that you do. So head, heart, womb coherence, it's all of that. That is not in alignment with the truth of your divinity. So stop that at once, because the more you are complacent in your addiction to suffering by demonizing yourself, your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing humans just doing her best. When you demonize other people and so on, it's like it creates even more pain towards yourself and life and other people. So don't do it, because this fragmentation is going to really amplify really quickly, and it's going to disturb everything. So when you feel that there is disturbance and fragmentation, go back to yourself, say, hey girl, I'm the angel of my human. I'm your own angel right now. What is present that we are still cultivating, and it's simply not true? What is not true? That you're an imposter, it's too late for you, you've lost the momentum, that you are not advanced enough. You know, this is one of the first things that people tell me as a reason why they don't join the portal, for example. I have extraordinary people in my community, and if you're watching this, you're one of them. It's a high frequency, high vibe community. And there is no such thing as being advanced or not advanced. We learn. I'm minus level 10 when it comes to painting, drawing, and things like that. So I would see myself as a beginner of useless beginner. But this is not something I'm interested into to start with. But if I was to start with that mentality, it would not take me anywhere. So there is such a thing as embodiment, and as having knowledge and having learned and having practiced years after years after years. There is certain thing about a musculature as spiritual beings having a human experience, yes, but no one is not advanced enough for the portal. Everybody is aligned to the portal, because the portal is crafted as an ascension school where we cultivate our own unique sovereign ascension through the art of channeling. So there is no such thing as being too advanced or not advanced. You come where you are. And why I'm sharing this? Because in the year of the horse, it's important to remember that beginner spirit that is so exciting. So, oh my God, like if I really want to learn art, I'm going to be so excited to have my first paintbrushes and my first canvas, and I'm going to draw it. I'm going to know that my painting is probably not going to be the best painting of my life, but I'm so proud of my human. This is the recalibration around one and the fire horse. If you move from a place of joyful innocence and excitement, knowing the direction you're heading towards, then this is a winning formula, because the horse is excited to run freely on a beach towards those mountains far away. This vision, that we see in so many videos. It's powerful. So it's really the signal that the ignition of the movement that really is important inside of the fire horse here. What ignites the movement? How do you move? What ignites your movement? What ignites your action? What ignites your thoughts? What ignites your feelings? That's going to show if you operate from fragmentation or coherence. If something ignites your words from scarcity, it's like, I don't have enough time for this. I don't have enough money for that. That's fragmentation. That is not the truth of your divinity. So don't even say that. Refuse to say that. The ignition of the actions. Oh, it's so unpredictable out there. I need to cling on to my things, like, financially, if I don't have all of this amount, all of these things around me, then I'm going to be lost. I'm never going to be provided for. That's the opposite of coherence. That is not embodying infinite abundance and providence. But what we need is not to wait until we have everything sorted, because then we're going to wait and not do anything. So how do we reconcile this within the fire horse here, the year one? To find a better ignition signal, use curiosity. It's one of my biggest hacks that I tell all my students all the time, and I really want you to use this, because how does curiosity work as a powerful high frequency ignition signal? I'm really curious how I can feel and live and breathe from this ultimate place of abundance. Like, I have all of these millions on my bank account and these houses, and everything is sorted. I never have to think about it ever again. I'm so curious to know this experience, to feel this experience, to move, to be able to move from this level of abundance. I wonder what it feels like to speak as a person that literally never has to worry about money ever. I really wonder how this person moves, what this person does. How curious. And so therefore, now as you go out there in the world, as you speak to people, you shift the signal. You don't speak about low frequency narrative anymore. You don't think there is a problem with you. There is a problem with the world. There's a problem with your soul mission. You're curious. You are curious. I really wonder. What I say to God a lot these days is that, God, as I see the system collapsing, I really wonder how my human is going to manage. I know my human is going to manage. I have unconditional faith in you and life and in myself and everything. But my human at times experiences a little bit of anxiety around that. She's not sure, she doesn't have all of this safety net. She doesn't have any safety net. And I speak like this because therefore there is no fragmentation. Curiosity allows your consciousness to open up to the timelines that are not anchored yet, because they are part of a certain percentage of frequency that you haven't really tapped or stabilized into. This is how we call in higher timelines in our everyday life. It is by feeling the frequency of that timeline, by feeling who we are, and by operating from that now. The year 2026 is not a year for constructed manifestation. It is a year from impulse, from fully going, a year for structure, a year for direction, a year for also having like a really well organized structure, well organized movement, like refining your voice, refining what you stand for, refining your offers, really show your community your devotion. Show up, keep showing up. This year, more than ever, we're going to see light leaders rise when they operate from a place of love, from a place of devotion to themselves, their community, and their mission. And so therefore, as we live in coherence more and more, and again, coherence is not having everything sorted. It is realizing that we self-abandon, we avoid, and we often think thoughts, say words, and say actions that are actually kind of like this. It's like it's borderline, very low vibe, babe. And when we see our human doing that, coherence is saying, oh, I love you, my human. I love you, my human, so much. I know you needed to do that. You want to isolate and feel sorry for yourself and feeling anxious or feeling like pressured by time, like you have lost the ascension train or whatever. Oh, we regulate the nervous system, we calm down, but then we direct the human into better thought, better feelings, better emotion. Go distract yourself. Chat with the people you love. Dream, daydream, reclaim daydreaming. Imagine everything that's possible. That is living from coherence. That is bringing the energy back to ourselves instead of allowing all of these leaks to operate nonstop, because these leaks, they create like this it's like we connect to entangled low vibe frequency residing in the third and fourth dimension. This is what I teach inside one, right? So when we leak like this and we stay trapped with an experience, our energy constantly leaks into that experience. We think about it, it's invading, or like we cannot put in behind. That person said this to me, oh my god, I cannot believe it. Oh my god, like that person calls herself that and she's not even doing that. Oh my god, like, and it's like we obsess, and literally our energy is leaking there and leaking there and leaking there, and next thing you know, you're super trapped. You cannot move with direction. You're stuck into the horizontal axis of the 4D bridge, which is where a lot of spiritual people stay stuck into endless processing of shit, trying to know the freaking truth. There is no such thing as needed to awake more to the shittery going on out there or to your multidimensionality. You've done that already. Stop losing your time around that. Spend your time on you and on understanding how to bring back the energy in so you can be the unshakable force of creation that you truly are. You can be a lighthouse for yourself and your community. It is about time we recalibrate true service to others. Serve more, share more, give more, love more. Let's bring back the things that we did as humans in so many ancient civilizations. It's like everyday life. We bring soup to someone who's feeling unwell. We go and we sit and we speak our wisdom on a bench under a tree. We don't need to have like a multi-million-dollar funnel, or we don't need to be someone special. We are the hands of God in everyday life. Bring back kindness. Bring back love, bring back honor, good morals, a good compass. This is extremely important. When we see what's going on out there with Deepak Chopra, that squeezing the words from, it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Someone so dysregulated, so fragmented, so demonic, that he infiltrated a certain culture and became really successful. Only he's gonna fall and crash hard, that guy. And he's not the only one. The fall of false authority figure is gonna happen like an atomic bomb on the planet. It's already happening with the Epstein's file, the release, and everything that's gonna come from this. The fall of false authority figure is going to dismantle all the systems, spiritual, financial, technology, also health-wise, school-wise. Everything will be different. Everything is going to be different. So how do you stay strong and stable when the fire haunts? Because of course the fire haunts, it speeds up the fragmentation on a collective level too. So all of that is so fragmented, that is so coming from enslaving people, from really being based into torture, into horrendous things. Now it's coming up to the surface. There is huge frequency infiltration in the field happening to be transmuted and for us to metabolize what we can metabolize, because our bodies are under a lot of pressure right now. So how do you hold yourself through that? What's your axis? What do you choose to cultivate in terms of thoughts, feeling, emotion, relationship with your direct environment? That's what's going to make the whole difference. Get excited with life. Get excited with simple things. Give your human direction every day. Every day, I make it my priority to laugh at least once, to give someone a compliment and kind words at least once, to move my body at least once, and to daydream. That's the direction that we need to give our humans. You see? So what we would love for you to really feel into is that with the speed, with everything that's accelerating now, more than ever, it is our sovereignty, our sovereign axis that is going to allow us to stay rooted, to stay grounded. So I want you to feel yourself as a huge, magnificent tree and do this with me. And you're going to feel that this tree has roots. Perceive your roots. How are the roots of your tree? Are they going deep within Mama Gaia, wrapping around the crystals, receiving nutrients, or are they somehow fragile, small? What is the soil that you receive from? Is the soil that you receive from more like a desert or a swamp, or is it healthy, fertile ground? Look at the trunk, the spine. Is it strong, big, solid? Can it withstand the storm? Because we want a strong tree that can also slightly bend in the wind through flexibility. We cannot be obtuse or stubborn, because that, when a tree is like that, it's like concrete and it breaks. The wind is going to bring it down. Look at your branches. Are your branches opened? Are there many ones? Like it's like vibrant branches everywhere around the tree that have grown in total freedom, or maybe not. And then, do you have a lot of leaves on the tree? Are the leaves beautiful, mesmerizing, and more leaves than you could ever count? And what's the environment around the tree? Is the tree all alone with no tree friends? Or is the tree maybe suffocated by a lot of trees around and vines, like some form of infiltration going on there? How is the sky? Does the tree receive nutrients from the sun, from the rain? So this is one of my favorite ever practice. I've done this for over 20 years, guys. This tree connection, because it represents you. It represents your ability to be very grounded and to cultivate an environment that is nourishing to yourself, that shows through the roots and through the soil. The trunk, the beauty of the trunk, the solidity, the strength, but also the flexibility of the trunk represent your stature, your positioning, your embodiment of your power. It's like, oh, look at me, I'm solid, I'm strong, and also I feel the way I can just move like this with the elements because I'm at one with nature. I'm not like, never moving. The branches, your expression, your reach there, your connection with life around. The branches growing is like, oh my God, I have so much space. Look, there's so much space in this beautiful reality for me to expand. Oh, look at this, my branches can grow. If you've ever really looked at a tree that had the capacity to grow alone and expand its branches without too much wind, like we have here in New Zealand, you will see like the shape is always something absolutely mesmerizingly beautiful. It's like, wow, the shape of a tree is amazing. And then when you look at the leaf, it's your spiritual connection, it's your ideas, it's creativity, it's download. It's like, oh, this bubbly like champagne effect that you have towards a life and also connection with galactics. This tree evolves over time. If you feel like the tree is suffocated around a lot of, there's lots of people around, lots of other trees, lots of vines, it means that you need to clear space around you. People that are really close to you are not in alignment with your tree. Your tree feels like suffocated. What we want is like, the tree is really quite happy. It's got its own space, but around we want to have a beautiful forest with lots of like-minded trees and a lot of life there. So the tree is happy because it connects, but it's not also invaded like this. And then what's the sky like? Are you burned down continuously by a heavy, dry sun? Or is there also nourishment of water? That's the way you cultivate your spiritual connection, your connection with yourself as multidimensional being, with your spirituality. Is like, do you nourish yourself? So I would love to invite you to do this. It's like, you can do this as a meditation, as a practice, because that's going to give you direct access to really feeling and perceiving how connected you are to yourself and what you need. Because at times I go to see my tree and my tree is just like a lot of leaves has fallen, for example. I was like, oh my God, you look so naked. What happened to you? And the tree is like, oh, I've been like creating so much. I feel fried. I feel fried. I literally do not even want to think I have, leaves above there. And as I have a conversation, as I feel into myself and so on, I was like, I feel the same way. I actually do feel mentally overwhelmed and exhausted. There's been so much going on with downloading this, recalibrating that, talking this, like fish. It's like my mind needs a really good break. Thank you for showing me this. And so I take a break, I switch off my mind. If downloads come as like, oh, cute one, I'm just gonna write something and then I'm just gonna make a puzzle and I'm gonna go gardening. Because to have beautiful trees, to have beautiful leaves, the roots have to be anchored. Nutrients need to go up. And so you see, you can have this interaction that's going to give you a straight direction about being there for your human self, for your human experience. It's going to show you where you still have fragmentation, where you still are a little bit avoidant towards the needs of your human. And then it's going to give you a really good indication on what you need to do to feed yourself more, to expand more, to become a bigger tree, magnificent tree. Because to start with, my tree was kind of like a normal, average looking, cute little tree somewhere 20 years ago. But no, I can tell you that my tree is not even something earthy. It's like purple with, it's just absolutely next level. It's like a interdimensional galactic tree. So there's no limit to it. So I wanted to share this practice because it is an easy practice that you can do. You can journal about it, meditate about it, think about it like this. And this can be really well a very strong practice to give yourself direction. Give your human direction daily and then also strategically over the year. Who do you want to be in 1 year time? How do you want to move? How do you want to think? What do you want your actions to come from? What do you want to create? Are you really here to lead other people? If you are, this year is for you. I'm going to share more about Light Leaders Code now, which is really exciting. We're going to really see that it's like frequency becomes even more part of the game. Of course, as we know, it's always been part of the game, but here I'm talking more about a conscious understanding of what frequency is and how we need to really embody higher level of frequency and bring that into coherence so we can really merge with a higher identity and therefore a higher timeline. So the frequency is really going to be translated into leadership or not. A frequency signal happens to change over time. For a frequency signal to be of higher frequency and really emit that signal all the time, it's very much like a lighthouse that continuously emits light, For that to happen, we need a certain level of coherence. Otherwise, the signal is strong and then it goes away. I'm in my mission and then I'm out, I'm pausing. I'm doing something different. I don't even think that my mission is for me, or it's not making enough money, or it hasn't happened for me yet. These visions I had, I don't know where they come from because it hasn't happened yet. All of that you cannot tolerate cultivating if you really are here to lead. Because when you lead with God, you walk with God, you walk with our high council of light, you walk with the frequency of your mission, and you walk with yourself as a master, remembering how to be a master in physicality. So you bring the highest fragmentation to your soul mission ever when you accuse your soul mission of not providing for you, of not being good enough, when you accuse your human of being too slow, or being still hooked into scarcity. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with the mission? I've tried it all. Nothing works. Ban those thoughts and those vocabulary from your mouth once and for all. Because when we really walk in the shoes of a light leader and we choose that, we're going to be put under pressure more than other people. Why? Because we need to rise faster. We need to have greater sense of direction. Why? Because we take people with us. So if I'm fragmented all over the place, and if behind the scenes I just cry and I feel sorry for myself and I don't do anything, where would I lead my people? They would feel my frequency. All of a sudden I'm high frequency, and all of a sudden the day after, even if I don't say anything to my my audience, to you guys, the day after I'm just like lost in drama, and I drink a lot of alcohol, and I desacralize my body, my consciousness. These are very different frequency signal. This is a vibration, is a vibration, is a vibration. There is no frequency log that can operate from that. That's what I'm talking about. Recalibration into unity consciousness, into oneness, into reeling the energy back in. I walk with my mission every day. This is something you could do. Me and my mission, we are besties. I'm learning every day how I can rise as a leader of this mission. My mission keeps on shifting, and so do I. My mission and me, sometimes we are dancing different dances, and then we realize, oh, just like, oopsies, let's come back together and let's dance the same steps. So it's a beautiful harmonious dance. When you talk about your mission, it could be like, it's so interesting because I know I was born for this and so much more. I know I want to help people, but I still have so much to learn, God. And also I'm frustrated because like there is such thing as time and money in physicality, God, like, because you God, but I don't really sure that this. Same as my high council of light, guys, it's very easy to say be patient, everything is in divine timing, the money will come, but my human experience feels very different, and I don't know how to maintain coherence, but I want to. Please help me, guide me. I love you, I love myself, I love life, I love my mission, I choose to believe. That is how we move with direction. That is how we stop dropping the ball. That is how we stop fragmenting ourselves. Not because we made it, but because we hold the reins of the direction of the conscious embodiment of our light. Because that is part of the game. That is why we're here. You are here for mastery. You're not here for 30 years of processing a little bit of that, feeling destabilizing that, feeling broke there. You're not born for that. You're born to lead. You lead yourself first. So the year of the horse is about leadership of the self. As I lead myself with direction, I can go fast. And because when I live in coherence, you know what? This is no longer a manifestation game I'm talking about. This is the merging with much higher frequency reality that already exists in the quantum and that is now more available than ever before. Because we are now in a very close proximity to the parallel Earth that we are merging with on a planetary level. It is very important. So the version of you that is guiding you is just right there. For so many people, I see it. This is the work that we do in all the one-on-one sessions I offer about timeline stabilization. We connect to those timelines that are just there, to that version of you that is just there. And as I scan, I can see all the lack of coherence, the thing that, okay, so that's that reality that you're calling in, that you're merging with. This is how, this is not aligned, not aligned, not aligned, not aligned, but this is how you realign this. You do it like this, you do it like this, you do it like that. And we can see it very clear on like physical, emotional, mental, spiritual system. It's amazing. And we do the cosmic surgery as well. I'm opening up more sessions around timeline stabilization for the month of March because I'm actually freaking loving it. It's only 30 minutes. It is really potent. And it's also affordable. It's only $333. Also euro, local currencies. So when you regulate your nervous system on a regular basis, and the year of the horse requires that, because the nervous system is really the interface between your physical system and your light body, your car body, your chakra system, okay? The chakra system are the nervous system of the light body. So the chakra system and the nervous system are the ones that communicate constantly. So what happened is that because there is so much speed and momentum happening in the year of the horse, when we start operating more from coherence, we start embodying so much more about our soul power, our true power. I'm not talking about cute little things here and there and past life memories in ancient civilization and this cute galactic life. I'm talking about an electric fire that burns down the whole instantly, but that also creates new realities. I'm talking about the fire of igniting new realities. I'm talking about the energy that truly circulates in your body once you are liberated from fragmentation, when you operate with coherence, and when you move at one with life. Because when that happens, everything is going to change because your signal stays constant and you work in alignment with the greater plan of God, of the life here, which is ascension, organic ascension. So when you are like this, and when you maintain this signal like this, and you move with direction, you merge with that reality that is already there, and you're gonna merge first through feelings, emotions, energy, sensations, and that's gonna feel like anxiety. That's gonna feel like too much. This is what I've been experiencing for months onwards. It's like I have so much energy that it's like I feel dysregulated. I feel at times anxious. Last week, I had like for 3 days onward massive anxiety, but I knew better that identifying anxiety, I'm learning to circulate freaking plasma light through my nervous system. My nervous system is upgrading. I can feel my light body circulating all of this plasma light within me and around me. So this is my training as a spiritual athlete. This is your training as a spiritual athlete. So you need to be able to regulate your nervous system to understand what's the baseline of regulation, which a lot of people out there don't even know what it means. They've never felt regulated before. Regulate, stay regulated. So when you start experiencing all of this influx of light, this extraordinary electricity, this force of creation coming from within, you know how to metabolize it. Instead of feeling, oh, I'm so anxious. Therefore, anxiety triggers the reptilian brain. Let's go back into the cave. Let's retrieve. I'm not ready. Let's wait for something different. Let's wait for another momentum. That's not what's happening, babe. What's happening is not that. What's happening is that you're finally getting to feel your power. So relax into this. Lean into this. Breathe into it. Feel it from within. Bring even more coherence. And then everything, we are electric beings. Electric currents need outlets. This is why this is a year of soul mission. The outlet is your soul mission. Paint, sing, speak light language, share, post, create a podcast. Aim higher. The long term, the longevity game. Because the fire horse and the year one, they are ignition, beginning, new momentum. But it is not temporary. This is creating the solid foundation of a lifetime of planetary service. Now, the light leaders of the new earth are molded. They are pressured. It's like pressure makes a diamond a diamond. If a diamond, like a diamond cannot be a diamond if it didn't experience a lot of pressure. To be able to be diamond embodied in a crystalline body, we need to be able to be under the pressure. And we handle the pressure by regulating our nervous system and by practicing structural coherence. And then we move. We keep moving. This is why I speak a lot about moving as a dragon. We embody a gigantic heart. We have a field of love, of kindness, of compassion, of standards, of healthy boundary, of truth, of joy. A gigantic heart, we move from that. We move with unshakable faith. There is no freaking way that God is going to forget about us, that I'm not going to be provided for, that's unfathomable. I'm a divine being of the light. Of course, God is there. It's like I'm one with God. Unshakable faith in ourselves, unshakable faith in life, in God. Bold bravery. Stop being scared. There's no need to be scared any longer. To remove your attachment to, I'm scared, I'm afraid of that. Fuck that, who cares? It's not interesting you anymore. You've had enough of that. Remove that from your vocabulary. Never allow yourself to take an action out of fear. I'm worried that this is going to happen, so therefore I'm going to cling on to my body, my bad routines, or like, who cares anyway? Because I see doomsday scenario out there where I'm just going to, let's give up already. Refuse to move from place of fears. ban fears as like, fear is a portal. Oh yeah, another one. Bless you. Who fucking cares? I'm a multidimensional freaking galactic dragon of the light. Why would a little human fear prevent me from doing anything? And if that fear is crystallized even more through inner child trauma, past life trauma, ancestral trauma, then I'm gonna do the work. I'm not gonna avoid it. Don't avoid things. You're better than that. Your human needs you. You need you. We need you. The fire horse is going to see light leaders co-creating a lot more too. The light leaders that recognize each other in their stability, in their longevity, in their signal, in their coherence, these are going to come more as stable foundations. And these are the ones that also going to go and join forces and therefore create even more coherence around the activation of the mission blueprint, and it's going to like light wildfire, wild horse, wildfire. So if you really maintain yourself and you enjoy it and you embrace it and you just keep going, oh my goodness, it's going to change in so many beautiful ways. It is very exciting. It is a year where we're going to see like so many new structures emerging, new leadership in the spiritual world, new leadership in our government, in our healthcare system. This is the year where like things clearly fall, but also things clearly start. It's a new beginning. So instead of focusing on the dark and the negative, focus on what you can create. Healthy, long-lasting structure for yourself, for your family, for your community. Speak about that, promote that, because that is going to be in coherence with love, with light, with ascension, organic ascension. Therefore, it's like literally all the angels and beings of the light and Gaia. I was like, yes, great. Let's make it happen. We need this. So now we're going to see people who really operate more from like fifth dimension, meaning we choose love as a guiding force. We stay in our integrity, in our good morals. We choose coherence. So it's like now it's going to be so much more rewarded. That's what I mean. And rewarded, of course, it's not the exact term. My apologies for my English, but it's more like we are so in alignment with what Gaia wants, what God wants, with what the vast majority of human wants. Actually, no, we want peace, we want love. It's not too much to ask, we want harmony. We're gonna get that so much more if we see it, if we talk about it, if we perceive it's like it's freaking happening, and that's gonna happen fast. This is what I'm telling you. It's like your success, your vibrancy, your energy, your ability to feel joy and to be there for other people. All of that is promoted. All of that is encouraged. All of that is going to be so much easier to stabilize into now. It's not going to feel like the heavy burden like before. Remember to live in the present moment, to stay focused, stay focused on your own inner garden, your inner reality, your true self. Then feed your garden, your home, your body, your people, your everyday life. Feel it. Allow flowers to bloom around you. Everywhere you go, you seed joy, you seed love, you seed hope. Everywhere you go, you are someone who channels, who speaks hope, who speaks, with love and with kindness and all of that. And this is how you are a light leader. This is how it is not as complicated. And for the ones who have bigger mission templating, that's going to be promoted too. So they're very exciting. So the leakages that are still present in our energy, they're just going to be there and it's going to collapse rapidly. So it's wonderful. But then coherence is going to be really amplified. So you see, it's like the energy of this year and everything that's happening on a planetary level as well is like really helping us be like, this is me, this is what I came here to do in humanity, let's fucking go. This is like so exciting, it's so exciting. Be mindful also of maintaining your stamina, healthy stamina, exercise, sleeping really well, eating really well, because there might be a tendency to go into burnout. I know that I am someone who I had burnout before. I know what it's like. It's horrible. It's so intense. But I can see that, I get so electrified and excited with all of the things. my tendency would be like to go into the overwhelm, trying to do too many things and create too many things. And I have already had to hold myself back for a few projects that I thought I wanted to do, like activating events here in Wellington's like, that must wait. I must wait, it's just so much going on right now. So hold yourself with direction. And if you feel that really your human is like, oh my God, I'm just so exhausted and overwhelmed, lead yourself through that, regulate your nervous system, have some time off, which is not pausing your mission, which is not disappearing. It is simply highly coherent reset, self-pampering for yourself. This is so important so you don't burn out, okay? There is going to be a lot more divine timing activated. And as I was sharing with Praying Mantis and the Acturians, which are the two that I work really a lot with at the moment inside one, as well as the timeline stabilization 30-minute session. Both of that you can join. So as I was really chatting with them about them, this my human is often, well, it's a lot better, but my human would often feel more restriction around time than even money. But time and money is really, interwoven. And so I was just in conversation, as I do, in conversation with them, like my human's really feeling pressure about time again. And she's like, she should have done this already. And she doesn't know how to organize her time. She feels suffocated about time, but also when is it going to really happen more that there is a stabilization around the finance? It's like, I've been doing this for so long, and I know that some of you feel this because it has come up into coaching in the different spaces that we share, the portal, the Dragon Quest, and one at the moment. And so if you feel like, it hasn't happened yet, it is kind of happened, but not the full I made it kind of vibe. What the Acturians and Praying Mantis were really sharing about is that we feel the time pressure as an invitation for greater coherence, because time is a direct mirror of where we self-abandon and where we avoid. So we cannot co-create with divine timing or the spiral, the fifth dimensional spiral of time, if we cling on to time and if we cling on to fragmentation and dysregulation, because it means that we stay stuck on the 4D bridge, and the 4D bridge is endless looping. And this is what a lot of people have felt. My missional loop, it's like, I've got this money coming, but then nothing. I'm inspired, but then nothing. And this is true for a lot of my community members. So here it is. It's a sign that you're looping on the 4D bridge. That's okay. There's no problem about that. How you go about it? Coherence. Bring the energy back to yourself. Refuse any co-creation with low vibration. Extract that. I'm never going to say this. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to speak these words ever again. And if it comes back, tomorrow is another day. It's like we build a musculature, because certain things, especially if you have like addiction to thinking a certain way, of acting a certain way or not, it takes time. But every single day, reconnect to oneness. Reconnect to faith. Reconnect to I'm doing it. I've done it. I've done it for a decade already, and I've done it through being a mother, through grief, through burnout, through COVID, through the financial crisis. I'm doing it now. So recalibrate into realizing you're doing it. You've done it. You are not too late. You are not too soon. There is no such thing as bad timing. God, it is not something as you should have done that or not that. There is just refinement into witnessing. My human has operated like this. I can see where my human was avoiding really going there deeply. This is why I took a therapist last year, and I'm still with her, because my human was avoiding certain things because these things were so challenging to process. And I always thought that I could alchemize that with the work that I do and so on. The codex of giving our human permission to sit with someone and to speak around a certain dynamic is a huge gift that brings coherence. And so I want you to always feel that you are bringing the energy back to yourself, because when you bring the energy back to yourself in the moment, There is no more past, present, there is no more past nor future. There is only the now that exists. Create in the now with passion, with excitement, with everything that you are, with the wounds that you have in your heart, but don't allow them to bleed all over. Hold yourself, love yourself, and realize that when it comes to timing, there is such thing as divine timing, and we are learning to stabilize in the fifth dimension when divine timing operates. Divine timing gets really diluted and fragmented in the third and fourth dimension. It's not a frequency match. So it is also wonderful as you keep going, as you keep choosing love as a guiding force, as you keep showing up as the light leader that you are, as you choose to amplify your mission and go for it. It is the year of being visible, being seen, being heard, being acknowledged in authority. This is the year where we can become famous, right? So embody who you came here to be already now, and thank God for divine timing. And God, I'm really curious to see how I co-create with divine timing. I've always known it was a thing, but I've never really felt it truly, because I'm always feeling that I should be further ahead by now. I should have done this or not that, which is all really clear illustration that my relationship with time is fragmented, it's convoluted. So now I hand this to you, God, because my human is exhausted by this timing thing, this comparison, this holding. I surrender into the arms of the divine. Life knows the way. I move every day in the now moment like the fire horse that I am, igniting passion around me, igniting inspiration, igniting everything that I'm here to ignite. And as I move from that with direction, consistency, love, excitement, being the speaker, the channeler of the good words, then divine timing just happens like this. And it's miracle after miracles, it's quantum leaps, it's next level. I have experienced this before. And it kind of comes and then it goes. It's like going back into alignment. Oops, it was there, it's not there, what's going on? It's a plateau. Oh, I understand how to stay coherent in the plateau, which was what we talked about inside one yesterday, but it's a long conversation. Okay, my loves, I feel that we are coming slowly to an end of everything that we wanted to share. So to finish with, we wanted to share with you that it's like we live in such exciting times, right? It's everything and nothing at once. It is really helping us witness how life on earth is truly a poem. And poems, like piece of art, they can be the most exquisite and the most confronting. Poems, art, alive out there, they make us feel things. And it gets stronger and stronger as things get bigger and bigger out there and within me. And that is not problematic. That is what's needed. It is a recalibration around our understanding that this year we're going to feel so much more because of this fire. But it is how we ascend, it's by feeling. If we do not know how to regulate our emotion, our nervous system, how to understand that we can both have a high level of compassion and empathy without being dragged into the mud by, like carrying everyone's burden and pain on our shoulders, that is also a refinement is going to be highly valuable, because then it helps us being a field of love that provides safety for other people, so they can come and they can rest and they can relax, they can regenerate, they can recharge around us, and I can go and do their mission as well. So this is my intention. My intention is to really show up in my mission like never before, and to really show the level of advancement of my teachings more to the masses, I would say, and how truly life-changing it is to be able to channel ourselves and high council of light to embody our true divine power and change the world to make it a better place. So I'm going to continue sharing, that's for sure. And if you would like, I would love to invite you to join the portal. Many of you are ready. This is a wonderful momentum for that. Following through your heart or aligned actions, joining the portal, you have me as your mentor every single week. Imagine the level of coherence and stabilization in your soul mission templating and into your light embodiment that you're going to experience as you have me as your mentor for an entire year and more like this. It is life changing, and it's only 444 a month now in your local currency. Couldn't get any better than this. Okay? So if you want to join the portal, I would love to invite you to simply send me an email or a DM, and I will send you the link, and there you are. You join us tomorrow for Channeling Lab. Exciting. I send you lots of love. Keep inviting people, because this, I believe it was a useful, valuable, high level transmission. So if you wanted to share it with your people, invite them into our Facebook group. I love you. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.